Thank y'all for coming out to the rally. And we're basing the rally off of racial, ethnic, and gender solidarity on campus. We're here, but for a certain reason, Chaz Moore, community activist, is going to talk about that. But I want to thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for wanting to know more, wanting to be involved, and wanting to listen to what we have to say. We want to thank all of the offices that are here on campus, all of the faculty and staff that are helping us here. We have Ads Department, we have the MEC, we have DDCE, we have the Dean's Office, we have UTPD, we have a lot of different people here. If I miss you, I'm sorry, but we really appreciate you coming out. My name is Bryan Davis, I'm the Black Student Alliance president this year, and I have Jarius with me.
My name is Jarius Sowles. My name is Jarius Sowles. I'm parliamentarian for BSA.
And so Chaz Moore is going to come up here and tell you why we're here.
Hey everybody again. Today is the actual day of Martin Luther King's, it's the 50th anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech. And I think that's why we chose to do it here. Just to kind of let everybody know, keep everybody conscious, keep everybody aware of the fact that although in 2013 at the Harvard of the South here at the University of Texas, we still have a little bit further to go as a society, as a people together. I'm not a student. I don't want people to think I think sometimes some of the officials at the school think I have a hidden agenda. I do not work for a living. I'm not running for any kind of political office. I'm not trying to use this as a tool to get to some kind of elected office or anything like that. I do stand by the motto of this gentleman behind me, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and I do stand firm with Malcolm X when he says, "I'm for truth and justice no matter who it is for or against." We are here because not only are balloons, bleach balloons, being targeted at people of color, but they're being targeted at all students of all kinds of color and creed at the university. So I feel that I'm trying to be politically correct, so bear with me if you're real. I'm only here to help the students lift their voice so they can be heard through the university officials, through DDCE, who has done a lot in the past. We just want them to do a little bit more, CCRT and all these other agencies at the university, so that something can be done. I was posed a question about 2 days ago, like, well, Chaz, what do you think the university can do? I mean, the university is a place of higher education, right? That's the whole reason for being of the University of Texas and any other college or university. How about the university take a stance on educating the 50,000 plus students they have about why some of these things may be deemed racist or may be deemed insensitive? I think that's a good thing. Another thing I think we can look at as a community is the safety issue. What are some things that we can do as a corporate university community, as community leaders, to kind of thwart some of these safety issues? Because I don't know about you, but if bleach hits me, we're gonna have a huge problem in Austin, Texas. And if it happens to anybody else, I'm gonna be there to help you. We're only here today, right now, at 12 o'clock noon at this statue to talk about solutions. What can we do to kind of curb these situations from happening? Can we change the entire body or our mindset of people? Of course we can't. That's naive to think so. But can we start trying to do that? I think we can. It's 2013. There's no reason that the 4% of black students at this campus has to walk around West Campus, which is about 5 to 10 minutes walking from this university, and feel unsafe or feel unwanted. It's no reason for that. I think in 1960, the 60s, Heman Sweat opened the door for people that look like me to come to this university in hopes of higher education, in hopes of opening doors to get to a higher place in life. And I can only imagine the things he went through. Why are we still going through some of these same things here? So that's why we're here. If you're a student, if you're a community leader, if you're an official here, I'm urging each and every one of you to just dig a little bit deeper and say, what can we do? What can I do? How can I help this issue? How can I make sure this doesn't happen next year like it did in October and the year before that? That's the only reason we're here. How can we make sure that these 4%, 3.7%, whatever they are, that these underrepresented kids can come to this university, feel safe, and get this degree as peacefully as possible? They're not here to be targeted. They're not here to be harassed. They're here to get an education and go on and change the world, right? What starts here changes the world. But if we don't start changing some of these actions and mindsets of people, then I feel like that motto goes in vain. So, I just want to thank Bryan Davis, the Black Student Alliance, for putting this together. And, what can we do to, how can we make this dream come alive? Because right now it looks like a nightmare sometimes, And it takes all of us, not black and white, it takes all of us to kind of get this dream to become an actual feasible sight. So thank you for your time.
Once again, I'd like to thank Ms. Bryan Davis and Mr. Chaz Moore and all of you for coming out here. I really appreciate it, but I want to make sure of a few things. That everyone knows that we are not here because of racial epithets or spit or bleach-filled balloons or beatings. We are here once again rallying and protesting for social change and social justice for an issue that goes back much further than last Thursday or a year ago or even long before that. We're here because we, as blacks, as gays, as women, as Asians, as Muslims, as Hispanics, as all types of outcasts and minorities, we're here because we are still facing vestiges of the same ignorance, prejudice, intolerance, and indifference that we have been fighting for decades. And now we are past the point of being fed up. This university is starved for change. We're all here because we're not going to rest until some type of sociocultural unawareness and indifference, those things that we're protesting here today, until they're eradicated forever. We will not rest until the sociocultural unawareness that has led us to feel unsafe in our own neighborhoods is a thing of the past. We will not rest until everyone, regardless of his or her race, sexuality, or creed, feels like a accepted and equal part of their community. We will not rest until the underlying ignorance and indifference that have led to these disgusting acts of humiliation and exploitation of minorities have been essentially educated away. And we will not rest until this school and the students at this school believe in the fact that we need change as much as we do. And it all begins and ends with awareness. Last week I was talking to a fellow student about, my assault and, what it meant to me and basically how I felt. And before then, he didn't even know about the other similar assaults that had happened in West Campus not even a year ago. It is going to be utterly impossible for us to find a solution to this issue when the people that it most directly affects don't even know it exists. Even when it's happening in our own backyard. Not until the university mandates a cultural awareness program can we expect for a dialogue to be opened up to all of its students on local, current, and historical issues involving socioeconomic and socio-cultural plights. But for so many of us, the time, that came where it was important that students kind of got together and talked about what was going on, that time has long passed. A lot of people have long wondered why they have gone so long without being listened to when they want to talk about what it feels like being discriminated against, or what it feels like being told that you're not welcome, or, that whatever you're going through as a black, a Jew, or a gay doesn't matter. And, it's time for UT Austin to step up to the plate and practice what it preaches, and realizing a truly culturally aware and diverse community for everyone here. But if the cultural awareness and sensitivity programs that we demand are to ever mean anything, we must once again look within ourselves and root out our own issues of self-hatred and hypocrisy. As someone who is both gay and black, it very much bothers me that a lot of the people who are supposed to be the first and foremost people who stand and fight against these socio-economic and socio-cultural issues are oftentimes the main ones who have bullied and made me feel as if I were unaccepted. We cannot expect to win the war against bigotry, indifference, and intolerance if we are continually battling against one another. if nothing else, we must first make sure that we love and accept one another before we go out into the community and ask people to do the same. Yeah. On that note, I'll finish, let you guys get out of this blazing sun. I want to remind anyone and everyone that if at any point in your time here you feel profiled, targeted, or attacked for any reason at all, that you reach out to someone, anyone, whether it be from someone at the UTPD, the Campus Climate Response Team, the Dean of Students, or even community leaders such as Ms. Bryan Davis, Mr. Jarius Sowles, Mr. Chaz Moore, Lucien Villasenor, Michelle Uche, or myself. Reach out and let somebody know what it is that you're going through, because these types of things, these are too heavy. It's too heavy of a burden to try to carry on your own. So on that note, once again, thank you all for coming out and listening to and supporting what it is we're talking about today, and just go out and spread the message of love and acceptance, and just keep marching on. Don't give up.
That's right.